So I've got one really crucial reason on why we know Kurt Cobain we can prove that Kurt Cobain was murdered, okay? And I'm just going to give you a couple small tidbits that don't make any sense right now, okay? But I'm going to keep it sweet. I'm going to keep it short. Short and sweet. I guess that's where they got that. So the fact that nothing is as glaringly obvious as your love of your life is missing, but you stay in California. Not only do you stay in California, but you get yourself arrested, so you got double alibis, okay? I couldn't have had nothing to do with him being murdered. I was in jail, okay? Another thing that you do when the love of your life that you can't live without, you know, the person that you sleep next to and you had a child with is missing, is you call an electrician to come and, you know, arm the greenhouse, even though there's nothing in there to steal. But okay, the guy that came, the electrician that came for the greenhouse was there to find the body. That was it, okay? That's what that was. One other thing, Dylan Carlson said that he bought a gun for Kurt Cobain, but Kurt didn't want to. There's no proof of that anywhere, okay? If anything, Dylan bought the murder weapon and killed him with it, okay? So here's what happens when you use drugs like heroin with a needle. I'm in recovery myself. I'll tell you, anytime that I've used dope, I've been 3 years sober, it's so fast and comes on so strong that you don't have time to do anything. You literally just have time to maybe catch yourself from falling down, okay? So how does a person take a tourniquet off while this huge concoction of heroin is rushing through his system? He would have died from that alone, they said. That's going through your system. Then you're gonna roll your sleeve down. You're gonna take the tourniquet off. You're gonna put you're gonna put your syringe away. Usually they find you with the syringe in your arm. That's why, because you don't have time. So you're telling me that a guy that shot that much dope had time to roll his sleeve down? Let's say he didn't roll his sleeve down. You're not going to have time to take the tourniquet off. You're not going to have time to, okay, maybe he put the stuff away ahead of time. I highly doubt it. You would keep the stuff out in case the cotton you were using wasn't working, or you fucking blew your shot. You'd have everything out and ready to go again, you know, so that doesn't make sense. But, you know, when I've been in the hospital, I've had major neck surgery on the front and back of my neck. Yo, when they shoot you up with morphine, okay, that shit is immediate, and you just all of a sudden turn into like a marshmallow, and you can't do anything. Imagine shooting up something that's like 10 times as strong as that, like heroin, and you're telling me that you're gonna all of a sudden go like a robot, take all this stuff off. You can't even stand up. You're gonna throw up probably, this, that, and the other, but you're gonna do all that and then you're gonna shoot yourself. You know what I mean? Like, it's not possible. The guy was there to find the body. There's no proof that he was there with him to buy the gun, okay? That whole thing didn't make sense. Oh, Kurt's guns were whatever, confiscated because of a domestic and he couldn't buy it. Man, there's nothing that says you can't buy a gun. Do you know what I mean? After that long after a domestic, that shit was all dropped anyways, you know? So what I really feel like happened is somebody murdered him. Probably Dylan Carlson. Probably his best friend from high school. Probably a friend that he wrote the song In Bloom about, you know? That's probably what happened. They were getting divorced. I remember it clearly that there was trouble with Rome, and things weren't the same. I think she was cheating on him, and he wanted out, and he wanted the kid, and yada, yada, yada. I don't know. I wasn't there. But you're not going to take off a tourniquet, okay, with that much dope and put it away. That's stuff people do when they're covering their tracks. If you're just shooting dope, man, you don't give a fuck if people find this shit. That's why you're up here, you know? So I wonder how the conversation was they got him into the fucking birdhouse, the greenhouse. But I'll tell you, Nirvana was the best band, is the best band. They're better than the fucking Foo Fighters. They're better than Pearl Jam. They're better than Soundgarden. They're better than Alice in Chains. Their music is so much better, and I'm not knocking those bands, but if you were a kid when Smells Like Teen Spirit came out, you know what I'm talking about, okay? It was magic, okay? It was nothing short of, it was a fuck. I've never seen anything like it. I don't think I ever, all I could probably think it was like when the Beatles came over. So, you know, just music and life, it bums me out when I listen to their music, you know, because I fucking can't stand the Foo Fighters. What a bunch of fucking retards they are with their shitty Led Zeppelin ripoffs. They got like 4 good songs, whatever. But he's not Kurt Cobain. You know what I mean? He's not Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain was a once-in-a-lifetime genius. The way he constructed songs and melodies and sang over shit tirelessly and formed words and made it simple. And you got to remember, the guitar's been around for, I don't know, 40 years at that point. Somebody else could have wrote the riff to Smells Like Teen Spirit. Somebody could have wrote Drain You. Somebody could have wrote Radio Friendly Unit Shifter. Somebody could have wrote these songs. They didn't. He's the one that came up with them riffs because he had the talent. He had something that people, you're just not going to see that. You're not going to see it in Green Day. You're not going to see it in Metallica. You're not going to see it in, you know, the only people that I think even come remotely close to kind of getting that brilliance was one Lady Gaga record, one record by The Killers. And I mean, I'm talking like they hit it like 5%.